The warmer months are upon us here in my hometown in the central west of Australia. With longer days, the evenings encourage me to step outside, taking my son for slow walks, exploring the many parks and gardens not far from our home. There's nothing I love more than watching him play in nature, immersed in his own imagination. One particular park has become his favourite, and I don't mind that it's his daily request. It's a place that allows you to slow down and save your life. As you walk the winding paths, you're greeted by big old trees and beautiful gardens, and every spring we welcome new baby ducks to the pond. This place has become my walking meditation, with small interruptions of play naturally. And I am given space to contemplate the year that has been. In the autumn of 2025, I began sharing my year of simplifying, a practice I had begun earlier that year, and one that continued to reveal new layers as the months unfolded. I began decluttering my home and clearing my calendar. I completely focused on slowing down and simplifying my life, not as a temporary detox, but as a complete reset. I did it for my nervous system, for a lifestyle that would keep giving. I didn't want to feel like the tired failure anymore. I didn't want to be the woman that would fill every hour of the day in hope that if I kept doing, I would eventually get to what mattered most to me. I did it so that what mattered most to me became the priority. Slow living has changed the way I move through and view my daily life. In many ways, it's exactly as I had imagined, but within these 12 months, I have come to see the reality of this truly personal and unique journey. I often say in my yoga classes that a posture is never about how it looks. Instead, every movement is a form of embodiment, integration of the body and the breath, expression of the mind and emotions, an art form that connects you to your truest self. It's everything to do with how it feels. I noticed how easily I began measuring my life against an ideal image. Envision the 1950s version, cake in the oven, a perfectly happy child at her feet, everything moving at an unhurried, peaceful pace. The home that is Pinterest perfect, the sense that motherhood should be effortless, the feeling that I should be doing it all with ease. Come on, honey, we're doing this together. You can eat some of the dough and you can have some of the chocolate chips. Yeah. Yeah. Life has its seasons, and simplicity shifts depending on the season you're in. Moving from maiden to mother has gifted me with an independent 2-year-old who can create chaos in less than a minute, who learns by touching, dragging, exploring, That means toys, spoons, rocks, and laundry baskets are all learning tools.
Okay, we are done.
It's the start of a new year and my life isn't Pinterest perfect, but I no longer believe that I am doing it wrong. My definition of slow living has shifted. In the first video of this series, I mentioned that a woman's nervous system heightens when living in a cluttered home. Are we going to have hot chocolate instead of tea? Okay. And although my home is far from cluttered, it can become messy and I still experience some amount of stress. However, the way I now handle this stress has changed. Before, the visual mess felt like a threat. My nervous system would spike, my body would instantly move into a place of urgency, and cleaning was the way I would become regulated again. Now, with awareness, I am able to notice the sensations in my body and make a choice. Cleaning is an option, but it's not the only one. Sometimes it might be one thing that shifts the entire space, like vacuuming the rug. I believe your home can feel slow and grounded, even when it looks chaotic for a few hours. If your days have rhythm, with rest, play, connection, and space, then you're embodying the slow, minimal life, even if the floor has blocks on it. The best thing about living in a decluttered home is that it doesn't take long to tidy up. And I have shifted from my house should stay clean to my home should reset easily. I have come to respect the season I am in. Without this respect, I would never have truly found the joy in slow living. I would still be striving for the idolized image I had created.
Back in your tub.
When I began my
With this. Like how it is.
5 parts. Yeah. When I began my series on simple living, I never imagined it being 5 parts. I knew that I did want a part 2, which I thought would be based around emotions and mental clutter. But it just naturally moved into a 5-part series based around the yoga philosophy and the koshas. It's really how I've been experiencing my year of simplifying. It has been a peeling open, an unfolding, and each layer shows me a deeper part of myself. I begin to have a deeper understanding of who I want to be and how I want to live. This is the 5th and final kosha. It's called the Anandamaya kosha. It's the bliss body. It shows us that happiness, and I will in a minute, happiness and contentment isn't something that has to be chased. it already lives within us. This deepest layer, layer, exactly right, holds the capacity for us to feel pleasure. And it's not in a surface level fleeting sense.
In a river.
Yeah. It's
in a river.
True love, contentment, joy, bliss. It's unconditional and it asks for nothing in return. I believe a slow and minimal life is not a destination, but rather a lifestyle, one that evolves with you. Perhaps we need to unlearn what we thought we knew about life and consider what it means to feel good without needing to chase anything. Happiness, bliss, love, they aren't something that you achieve once life is perfect. It's when you realize that where you are is enough. You are not any less worthy just because your journey doesn't look polished or Instagram ready. We chose slow living because our deepest wisdom whispered to us, because our nervous system couldn't handle the noise. So often we think we'll be happy when the house is tidy, or the child is older, or the next season arrives. But what I continue to relearn over again is that true bliss isn't waiting somewhere else. It's available in this moment, even with blocks on the floor, even in imperfection. In yoga, this is the shift from misseeing, which we call avidya, to clarity, vidya. From believing peace is somewhere else to noticing it's already here. Vidya is discernment, noticing what you've been mistaking for truth. Hustle promised me success, but instead it stole my time. It killed my creativity. It dysregulated my nervous system. I always felt behind in life, pushing through while my body struggled to keep up. What I know now is that I am worthy of living a life of ease, a life that is abundant and full of beauty. And it's not because my home is always clean or that I have achieved the idolized vision, but rather because I have stepped into a time where rest, effort, care, and joy coexist. I have stopped resisting the season I'm in. I am slowing down enough to enjoy the journey. I'm Martina, a certified yoga therapist with a deep calling to help women thrive. On this channel, I'm here to guide you toward a life of vibrant health through movement, mindful living, and sacred ritual.